All right, everybody. My name is Ron Deary, and I'm coming to you from my home office in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And I have an amazing, amazing special guest today, Miss Angela Parker. And we are going to talk about a new endeavor that she's just started here recently, a new business. And I'm going to let her take it away, kind of tell her story, and then we'll come back and tell you a little bit more about the company. So, Angela, I am so honored and blessed to have you here in front of our audience. And go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
It is wonderful to be in here with you today. I actually have a long history with lots of health issues, beginning with childhood, believe it or not. And I never knew what was really wrong with me until recently. And I'm 42. We won't completely say how old I am, but old enough, we'll say that. But
In your
5 kids.
20s?
Huh?
In your 20s?
Yes. Always in my 20s. Low 20s. But, we have 5 kids. I have 3. My husband has 2, and but we had an accident 5 years ago. My husband and I did, on our second date, and we nailed a telephone pole going 55 miles per hour. Someone nailed into us on the side and pushed us into a telephone pole. And from then on, my health kind of went downward. In addition to the health problems I had as a child, never knew why I was always sick, why I was always getting the shingles, why I was always getting bronchitis and strep throat and everything. And because of the accident, I now have neck damage, which caused hemiplegic migraines, causing stroke symptoms. They weren't strokes, but the migraines caused stroke symptoms. So, and now I find out from childhood, it was a genetic disorder. I have a primary immunodeficiency, which is the genetic disorder. And so if both my mom or my dad, either one of them didn't have this recessive mutated gene, I would not have this primary immunodeficiency. So I basically won the worst of the genetics pool.
Oh, no.
So I like to make fun of myself. I'm technically a mutant. And I have O negative blood. So and a lot of people say that, people with O negative blood are aliens. So I got that on top of that too. But, so I'm always looking I'm on 14 pills a day, usually. So I'm always looking for something that's going to help me take away the pills. Stop the pills. I can't take anything technically for pain, because anything that's a pain reliever, technically will cause rebound headaches for a chronic migraine sufferer. So I can't take pain relievers at all. The only thing that I can take is Tylenol in extreme emergencies, and that's for any kind of pain. It doesn't matter what it is. I can only take Tylenol in emergencies. And you know what Tylenol does? It screws up your liver. It messes up your liver. And the only amount that I can take of Tylenol that helps at all is 1,300 milligrams. That's 2 of the arthritis pain relief. And if you're taking that per shot at a time, every day or every other day, guess what that's doing to my liver? It can't be good. So I'm wanting something I was seeking something to help me stop with the pain meds. And I do know that CBD helps, because I've done CBD in the past, but it wasn't the right brand or the right kind. So I was seeking the right kind and the right brand. And Mark Blackburn reached out to me, and he talked to me for a long time. And I knew he was legit when he started praying for me. I said, this guy's the real deal. He's legit, and he's my kind of people, and you're all my kind of people. And I'm like, this is the place I need to be. And I never expected this business to explode for me the way it has. And I'm 3 weeks in, roughly, and I have 2 affiliates under me and 5, 6 customers, preferred customers, and I just made it to director today. So I'm excited, I'm happy, and I want to go to Nashville to the MDC Roadshow.
That is awesome. Well, I'm excited. You know, when Mark reached out and introduced us, and we've had a couple of Zooms together and chatted, and I thought, okay, you know, it is, you know, we attract the people who we are. And, you know, I talk a lot about when I'm doing training about personal growth and personal development and who you are. And you, no matter what you want to present, who you are is who you're going to attract. And we have a huge family, I call it, of Christian believers, of people that rely on God and pray for each other. You just won't believe how many times something has happened with people, and boom, it's like a whole prayer chain goes into effect. And I love that about our community. But let's talk a little bit about the company. Now, first off, let me ask you real quick, Angela, have you ever had a home-based business before?
I actually did, I think two times before. Both did not work out. Did not have the backing that I have here. They were both based on parties, and that's just not made for my lifestyle. It's not. And then you had to buy all the promotional things to promote yourself. You had to pay for everything, every little bitty. They nickel and dimed you to death. And then on top of it, there was no training, none whatsoever, no training. And there was just no backup. You had no backup whatsoever. And then in one case, the most recent case, they had nothing in stock ever. And then when they finally got something in stock, you had to rush to get to it to get online. And then when you tried to get online to get it, the servers were always so full. And then by the time the servers weren't full anymore, you would try to get in there to get your stuff. It was all gone because everybody rushed the servers. And then you had to go and beg, borrow, and steal from the other distributors, and then have to pay them back later. It was just a headache, and I'm like, I can't do this. It was ridiculous. So that's why it took me so long. It took Mark so long to talk me into this, because I was scared.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for most people that have been in business, home-based business especially, there's just so many things that can go wrong. There's so many things that can go right, but there are so many things that can go wrong too. A little about my story. For those of you who don't know my story that might be watching this, I started network marketing about 40 some years ago. So I've been around the industry for quite a long time. I've had some great successes, but a lot of great failures. A lot of that was because throughout the years, I've had a good corporate career, mid 6 figures, didn't really take network marketing serious. I knew it was a great thing and everything. I loved the concept. I loved the business model and everything. But it was one of those things where it's like, okay, if it didn't work, that's okay, because it wasn't my plan B necessarily, because I had a great plan A. 2017 came along, and I happened to be in Las Vegas in Memorial Day weekend of 2017, and I felt okay, but I kept getting indigestion, and I don't really get indigestion or anything. In fact, I'd had a physical 6 months before. They said I was fine. And 6 months before, in January, actually, it was this shoulder, they did a total joint replacement and did, you know, checkups on my heart and everything, and said I was in perfect condition. But I was getting this indigestion, and I came home, and my wife, thankfully, the following Monday said, we're taking you to the hospital. And I got to the hospital, and they did an EKG and said, yeah, you got something going on. You may need a stent. And they did an angiogram and found out I had 3 blocked arteries. So they had to open up my chest and do a bypass surgery. When I came to from that, the surgeon said, it went as well as could be expected. It turns out you didn't have 3 blocked arteries. I'm thinking, you just cracked my chest open and I didn't have 3 blocked arteries? He said,
my gosh.
You had 5. And we could only fix 4. So again, I'm just kind of out.
Wow.
I know where I'm going. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the family, and what would happen if if God took me home. And but here I am now, all of a sudden, going from indigestion to a quadruple bypass, and I I did everything. He asked me if I had any questions, and he said, normally he gets questions like, "What do I have to do about my diet and how much medication?" And my only question was, "When can I get out of here?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, that's a new one for me, but Angela, you'll find his answer quite funny and refreshing." He said, "If you follow instructions." Wow. And I'm thinking, follow instructions. Where have I heard that before? He said, if you follow instructions, this is on a Wednesday, you can get out the soonest next Monday. And I said, great. What are the instructions? He said, you've got to get up and walk at least twice a day. Well, I became crazy. I was walking 4 times a day, 4 or 5 laps around the nurse's station and everything.
Oh my gosh.
They had some name for me, but I don't remember what it was. But he came back in that Saturday. So here it was Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He came back in on Saturday, 3.5 days after my surgery, and said, I don't know what you have been doing, but I'm letting you go home. So
Wow.
3.5 days after my surgery, they released me. I went home. I was on recovery. I thought, man, I've got all new piping, new plumbing. I am ready to go. I started cardiac physical therapy, which is kind of a group effort with everybody. You go through treadmills and all kinds of different things. 3 months into that, I got on the treadmill one morning, and 5 minutes into it, I thought I was going to die.
Wow.
Most pain I've ever felt in my life, and I'm ex-military and had a pretty rough life. And sat down, and about 15 minutes later, I felt better, and I was going to go home. And they said, "Yeah, you better go get checked out." And so I drove literally around walking distance around the corner to the Veterans Administration, and they did a full checkup on me. And the next thing you know, the doctor's coming in, and she's asking if I've got anybody I can call.
Wow.
And I said, yeah, of course. Why? What's going on? She says, you're having a heart attack. I didn't have a heart attack the first time. I just had indigestion. This time I'm having a heart attack. They literally got me in an ambulance. They did not turn on the bells, the whistles. They didn't put any lights on. First time in an ambulance in my life, and they wouldn't even give me that. But I literally got no bells and whistles. Right? And I get to the hospital, and they discovered that 2 of the grafts they put in, the bypass grafts, had totally collapsed, and they had to put 4 stents in. So now I had to restart my cardiac physical therapy all over again, and of course they were concerned. And if this happened 3 years down the road, we wouldn't be so concerned. But 3 months down the road, you've got to really take it easy and everything. Well, fast forward to May of 2018 is when I got introduced to this business, and my family was basically telling me, Dad, we've got 6 kids and 13 grandkids, and they're all saying, you don't need to do this. You need to take it easy, And I saw the business, and I saw the timing of the products. The leadership of Josh and Jen Oswego are amazing. The comp plan, which like I said, after 40 years, I've never seen anything like this. The company itself, debt free, totally, financially strong, and so forth, and the leadership, the field leadership, everything that's about it, the timing, all of these things fell in place. And within an hour after seeing it, I jumped on board.
Yeah.
And we've been in it now since June of 2019. I'm a 50K affiliate on my way to 100K affiliate, building a huge organization or community culture of people like Angela. And we try to do this with everybody that comes on board, because I believe that people need to see that you have a new business and that you're open for business and know and understand a little bit about what we're doing. This is now our company, My Daily Choice. This is the 2nd year in a row that we've been given the award of the fastest growing network marketing company in the world. We're opening up all over. Europe is exploding. All over Africa now is exploding. We're all throughout Canada. We're still getting a lot of things together in Canada as far as CBD oil. We've introduced new products like essential oils and an amazing travel program that I've never seen before. That is just phenomenal. We've got skincare. We've got, of course, our CBD oil. I never know where the camera is on this, but
right there.
and all kinds of different products. And I keep them here, on my desk, because I'm kind of using them all throughout the day. And
Got mine up there behind.
I see. So I told my wife, I said, I've got to build a bookcase here behind me so I can have books laying all over the place. But the bottom line is the story you heard Angela tell, my story, these are just one of thousands of stories of people that, and all I can tell you, I can't, I'm not going to give you any medical claims or anything else, but what this little miracle in the bottle has done for my life and for Angela's life and so many others is just phenomenal. The doctors can't believe, the results I've got in my life. My wife, she's a bus driver and is always, having aches and pains, even though she's a youngster. She's quite a bit younger than I am. But and she's from the South too, so they don't age. I don't know what it is about people in the South. I mean, look at Angela. She's 28 years old. So.
Southern Belle.
Southern Belle. So, Angela, if you had one thing at this point that you would just love to tell everybody about your business, about having a home-based business and this company now, what would it be?
I can't, at this point, I can't work. There's no way that I can find something to do outside the home, because to me, the risk of catching infection or something like that is too great. And doing what I was doing as a behavior therapist for kids with disabilities, while I would love to go back to doing that, it's not a possibility for me at this point, because I can't, it's too much wear and tear on my body. But this is a way for me to help other people. If you love helping other people and helping yourself at the same time, health-wise, this is a way to do it. To me, it's not about the money. It's about helping other people live a longer life and live happy and live healthy, and yourself at the same time.
Well, and I think that's one of the biggest things that, our community of people that we're developing is that everybody's got such servant hearts, first and foremost. Yeah. But, and I want to say this because some people are healthy physically, but financially they're not healthy. Mm-hmm. So to have that ability to open up so many areas in a person's life that we can help them, either their physical or financial, some people emotionally, mentally, and things like that we're able to help them with. But to be able to have a passion and have a vision to help so many people and have a company and a product that stands beside us and stands behind us and is always doing anything and everything to make this business better and better and better. All of our, and here's the cool thing about this, all of our products have this seal here, and I apologize for the shaking, but have these two things you see here. That H is a seal, and the other is a QR code. So that seal is, we're one of, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 network marketing companies in the world that sell CBD oil that have that seal. There are like 60 companies that have it, but they're all manufacturers and all kinds of other things. But there's our company and the company that we get our product from, both have a seal that say, from dirt to dropper, our product is as pure as you can get, and it's exactly what it says on the bottle that's in it. That QR code that you saw there, you can scan that with your phone, and it'll give you exactly all the third-party analysis of the product that's in this particular bottle. Not just generically, but what's in this particular bottle. So
that's awesome.
It's kind of like the Wild West out there as far as CBD oil going on. And so to be able to... I've
tried some of them.
Oh, I know. We tried it before we got into it too. Mm-hmm. And some of them, and I'll tell you, I've had people say, well, who cares what the color is? It doesn't matter. It does matter. Would you buy...
Some of them were laced with cough syrup too, and they had to pull them from the shelves.
Oh, and some of the ones they're finding out here now in these exposés have this much CBD in them.
Yeah.
And the rest is all junk. But if you look at, and I can't, oops. If you look at the color of this, it's a pure golden green. It's a color of what you would expect from him, right? I've got people that say, well, yeah, but ours is clear and it doesn't matter. It's got good coconut oil. If I bought olive oil and I opened it up and poured it on my salad or whatever, and it was clear and cloudy, I'd be taking it back, right? So The only thing that we've got in our product is hemp seed oil and pure CBD oil. Now, we do have cinnamon and peppermint flavor, but they're distilled from the plants themselves. They're pure and they have medicinal, but that's it. You can get the natural and it doesn't even have a flavor in it. So if you like,
and they taste yummy too. I will tell you that the cinnamon tastes yummy.
this is cinnamon is my favorite. That's what I use all the time. All right. So, you can see we're kind of passionate and excited about what we're doing and this business and this company. And I think that here's what I'm going to tell you. You're going to make a decision. You now know that Angela is got a business and she's out there and trying to help people. And you're going to make a decision after you see this. And it's going to either be a decision of, yeah, I don't have any interest, or yeah, maybe later, or it's going to be a decision that, yeah, I want to find out more information. Even if you don't do anything, that's a decision, right? So here's what I'm asking you to do. I want you to reach out to Angela and just ask her to give you her link to take a free tour. It's a free tour. You're going to watch 3 or 4 videos from our CEO, Josh Legel, that will explain how this started, the products, how you get paid, and what to do to get started. Give you all of your answers. It's very simple and straightforward, and you can find out exactly from the horse's mouth what this company is and what it's all about. So, any last words, Angela?
No, I look forward to hearing from all of you, and I've been telling them how I want them to come to Nashville with me in June.
Oh, and I forgot about that. We're doing 6 road shows. The company's doing 6 road shows across the country, and I don't have them all memorized. I know there's Vegas, Indianapolis, Nashville, Orlando,
Philadelphia, I think.
Philadelphia, and so I know I'm gonna be working on going to Las Vegas and Nashville. So Nashville, we had a huge last year at the Nashville Road Show. Was huge. Mm-hmm. So
I'm working on Nashville because that's the closest one to me. So I'm going to work on Nashville.
So see, Angela and I will be able to meet each other for the first time in what do they call it now? Real life?
Yes.
In Nashville. So, all right, everybody. Well, God bless you all, and thank you for joining us. Please,
thank you so much.
Do yourself a favor, reach out to Angela and ask for that free tour. I promise you won't regret it. If you find it's not for you, that's okay. But make it an informed decision by finding out the information first before you decide. Exactly. That. So, God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.